Have you ever given a thought whenever you say I? What is the I you are referring to? Sometimes you say I am happy or I am unhappy. Who is the I here? Who is happy or who is unhappy? Similarly, you deal with the entire world and you identify yourself as I and rest all as others. For many of the instances, whenever you say I, you are referring to either your body or your mind. Strictly speaking, whenever you say I must be the subject and rest all must be objects. So, what are objects? All those which are projected to I through sensory organs to mind are called objects. First, let us see what your mind is doing. It collects all information from the sensory organs and identifies it and gives a label to it. That is one identity to it. Your eye sees an animal and the information is passed to the mind and it identifies and says it is a dog. Your ears listens a sound and the information is passed to the mind and it then identifies and says the sound is from a guitar. Similarly, mind identifies the eatable items by tasting it, like an apple or a banana, by touching, like hot or cold, by smelling, you say perfume. So, all these are objects. So, these objects are, you can say, as known. And the process is knowing and the mind is knower. There are three stages. One is known, that is objects. Second one, knowing, process, sensory organs. Third one, knower, mind. After the information is passed, knowing stage, and before it is presented to knower, it passes through filters. Last video, I told you what are filters. Filters are your own tastes, views, perceptions created by you. Now, depending on the information received from these filters, the mind or the knower identifies the object along with an emotion attached to it. The emotional quantity, quality, type of emotion, everything depends on your filters. For every person, known, knowing and knower are one and the same. Only difference between each other is the filters created by you yourself. For example, you are watching a movie. Movie is the known here. The information from the screen to your sensory organs and processing it is knowing. And later, after knowing, it passes through your filters. Then the result is presented to the mind knower. Now you say the movie is good and expresses happiness. Similarly, any other person watching the movie, known, knowing and knower are the same. Only filter is different. So he or she may say the movie is worst and express unhappiness. Finally, your mind will say I saw a good movie or I saw a bad movie. Just try applying this concept to your entire day-to-day activities and try to observe whether it is the same thing happening. Depending on filters, you say I love, I hate, I like, I don't like, I am angry, I am peace, so on and so forth. Identifying the filters and then to learn the art of playing with these filters as and how you wish is important. Then only your emotions or Your reaction to any action is in your control. First of all, try to understand what is being said, process it, and think whether it is meaning anything sense to you. Finally, we'll conclude with this. If you understood the mind or the knower, that means now mind becomes the known object and the knower is